Network.
I'm Devin Dunstan on the Black Information Network. In 1892, a 30-year-old woman named Sarah Boone was granted a patent for an invention many of us use every day. Born into slavery in Craven County, North Carolina, Sarah Boone is credited with inventing the ironing board. In her patent application, she wrote, "The purpose is to produce a cheap, simple, convenient, and highly effective device, particularly adapted to be used in the ironing of sleeves and bodies of ladies' garments." Before Sarah Boone's great idea, most people would iron their clothes on a simple board. Her invention featured the narrow, curved design that is still used today. The ironing board that the former enslaved African-American designed made it easier to iron clothing, especially women's garments. Over the years, the design would evolve somewhat, but the ironing board that we use today is essentially the same idea that was patented in 1892. Now, more than 125 years later, Sarah Boone is remembered who invented the ironing board. And that's a fact. I'm Devin Dunstan on the Black Information Network.
The only news that hears you. The Black Information Network. The Bay Area's BIN 910. I'm Esther Dillard on your home for 24/7 news. San Francisco's BIN 910. The former CEO of failed Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank are being called to testify before Congress. The Senate Banking Committee wants answers about what led to the bank's failures. The two executives indicated they won't attend a March 28th hearing, but lawmakers urged them to testify before the panel at a later date. In California, hundreds of middle and high school teachers marched and chanted outside of Oakland City Hall during a demonstration over contract negotiations with the school district. NBC Bay Area reports teachers are frustrated that contract negotiations have been going on since October. Teachers tell the station there's a big gap between what the teachers want and what the district is proposing. The station reports teachers are concerned about class size, possible school closures, and mergers. Vanessa Brooks is a black grandmother who came out to support.
For me, as a grandparent, and had kids that came up through open schools, I support the fact that we got to pay our teachers. They're supporting our students.
Teachers accuse OUSD of bargaining in bad faith because of canceled meetings and failure to address the union's proposals. That's the sound of construction workers fixing the areas of 3rd Street Bridge at McCovey Cove in San Francisco. 3 60-foot deck barges were adrift, colliding with the bridge after recent storms and high winds caused them to break free. The area was closed to boats. Officials say they are assessing the damage to the walkways on the bridge that took the bulk of the damage.
You see that it's very badly buckled there. A couple of the steel beams that are supporting just that sidewalk portion got crushed by the barges and bent.
The U.S. Coast Guard is responding to many navigation hazards created by the recent storms. Several docks with vessels, still more to them, broke loose and were adrift in the Oakland estuary area. Former Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti has been sworn in as the U.S. Ambassador to India. Vice President Kamala Harris led the swearing-in ceremony in Washington, D.C. The U.S. Senate recently confirmed Garcetti's nomination nearly 2 years after President Biden picked him for the position. Biden then renominated him in January after the confirmation process stalled. California is lifting some water restrictions as drought conditions dramatically improve this winter. California is increasing the deliveries in the state water project to 75% and removing some restrictions. California Governor Gavin Newsom says the state is still in an underground water deficit and there are still drought issues with the Colorado River. That means some other restrictions will remain in place, including outdoor watering at commercial buildings. And finally, the Oakland Zoo is on the hunt for 3 exotic birds. 6 escaped when heavy winds sent a large tree crashing down on their aviary. Workers found 3 birds, including an endangered African hooded vulture. I'm Esther Dillard on your home for 24/7 News, San Francisco's BIN 910.
Want to support your community? Farms is a legal nonprofit committed to assisting and providing legal services to black farms and landowners. Learn how you can help by logging on to 3000acres.org. That's 3000acres.org.
Where black news comes first.
Listen and stay informed. The Bay Area's BIN 910.
Want to make even smarter health decisions? Turn to the person who knows you best. You. Your DNA can help answer health questions you might not even be asking. And with 23andMe genetic reports, you can learn more about how your DNA can impact your health. 80% get genetically meaningful health info. 80%. Like if you have a higher chance for type 2 diabetes and potential next steps, so you're more in control of your own health. Will you be part of the 80%? Head to 23andme.com and find out. A special thank you to Geico,
A proud founding partner who shares and supports the mission of the Black Information Network.
Russell Wilson here. We play 60, United Way, in the NFL, helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day. To get involved, go to unitedway.org/play60. Are you going to do that every time? Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
You've got a voice. We've got a hotline. Call the Black Information Network at 855-500-9BIN.
Dunstan on the Black Information Network.
Bringing you the stories that matter.
A child was in our custody for 800 days, 24/7. The grand jury is expected to be given the case on whether to charge the 8 officers who shot Walker.
If it's important to the Black community,
A historic African-American cemetery in Loudoun County, Virginia was vandalized, and authorities are now investigating for criminal intent.
It's on the Black Information Network.
the Bay Area's BIN 910, and on the iHeartRadio app. Bank of America Corporation is proud to be a founding partner who shares and supports the mission of the Black Information Network. I'm Vanessa Tyler. We're celebrating the brilliance of Black women this Women's History Month and highlighting the ingenuity of Monique Rodriguez, who launched and grew Mael Organics into a top national brand. The cosmetics company was just purchased by P&G Beauty. The Black Information Network recognizes Monique Rodriguez as a phenomenal Black women leader, helping take Black businesses to a new level of success.
iHeartRadio goes one-on-one with John Legend to find out which artist in music today inspires him most.
I'm a big fan of Frank Ocean's album, Channel Orange. I think it's a beautiful album, and it was inspiring as an artist to see someone with that level of creativity.